Welcome back to another episode of the Western Blend Podcast. We got our second repeat guest. Joe Dress is back on this week, and we got a bunch of stuff to update since he was last on, and we just came off a pretty cool trip to Arkansas, so we're going to get into some of that. But yeah, if you want to jump into it, for y'all that haven't listened to the first one, he's one of my best friends from back home. Started bullfighting a couple years back, but since we last talked, you kind of had your summer run after that. So just get into some of the stuff that went down there and what's coming down the line as far as fighting bulls.
Yeah. So anyone that listened to the first one, Isaac asked me a question about if I ever gotten like hooked or wrecked out pretty much, and I got hooked before, but nothing that was like I said about nothing that could have made it to rodeo wrecks. And it was that next Monday I was down at practice. It still probably wasn't rodeo wreck worthy, but this bull, I can't remember. It was either Dogface that he got me twice last week or Fireball. I can't remember. But yeah, he wouldn't go out, and I was standing there with Kurt Hostetter. He's the main guy of one of the main bull owners of Red Eye Rodeo. We're standing there, and this thing's just kind of got us bait up. He's like, make a round with him. I was like, all right, boss man said so. He was right there, so I just started walking straight down the barrel, straight his head, and when he broke, I went to break left, and he stuck with me like a cutting horse. I was like, oh, that ain't working. So I cut back to the right, and same thing. I was like, I just thought I was getting smoked at that point. So I went back left, and I kind of, made some space there, and I started to go around, and he caught me halfway around and picked me up, carried me out through the arena a little bit, and then just dumped me.
Yeah, I remember getting a text from you that next week or whatever. You're like, dude, we should have waited to do the podcast for another week because I just got wrecked out.
Yeah, well, I can't remember. Well, yeah, because I think that next week I started getting into some rodeos. I did a 2-day high school thing up in Bloomsburg, and then I think I went down to Maryland to do a show for Ty England that I picked up. And, I had a lot of fun at all three days straight. But, yeah, I do remember texting you that because I started off pretty hot.
Yeah.
in my summer run. But, yeah, no, up at that high school deal, it was a East Coast high school thing. There was kids from, New York, Maryland, Jersey, all competing there. But there was 2 real nasty hang-ups in that because I remember also talking about hang-ups and stuff, but yeah, the one was on a bull that jumps about 6 feet in the air. This kid was tied to the back of him, and that was that took a minute to get him out.
Yeah. Speaking of hang-ups, there's a pretty cool video. A couple people posted it, but one of the deals at Rocky Ridge, and this was after I'd moved, so I wasn't there for it, but that kid that got hung up and you dove in on that bull and looked like you laid the wood on him.
Oh, yeah, well, I kind of seen it coming. His feet went out the back, and he's belly down on this bull, and that's if they're in an American, there's a pretty good, and if they got good bit of rosin on, there's a good chance that they're at least going to hang up for a second,
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all signs of the hang up. The feet go out because their hand's got to roll over for the hang up, and it locks their hand in there. But yeah, he went over, and I went in, and I kind of tried to line him out. I had my hands on him, and then he kept going, and then Austin got a hold of him, and I saw the shot, and I was kind of late because he kind of hooked me. I went in, he got up underneath my one arm, and kind of got me in the ribs with his horn, but then I got myself locked in, and as soon as I did that, I felt the bull start rolling, and like I just see this kid just start getting sucked underneath this bull. I was like, this is not good. As I rolled over the bull then, and thank God it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was at first. I thought his head was like stuck in under there, and that was, we were working pretty quick to get that bull off.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever he finally rolled over, I was surprised he jumped right up and ran to the fence. But yeah, that was a pretty intense moment.
Yeah. That was.
I think I think that was at I think that might have been at the last show I did, or last scheduled show I had, really.
Yeah, I think that might have been Rocky's last one. But for anyone that
Yeah.
hasn't seen the video, basically, like you said, kid hangs up and you see you shoot in there, and I don't know, it kind of looks like you tackle the bull, but it just kind of trips up and pretty much falls on the kid. And pickup men were both right there right away, got ropes on the bull. A bunch of people piled over the chutes and
Mhm.
got in there, and looked like y'all ended up rolling the bull kind of up off the kid, and hand popped out, and everyone ended up being okay. But I mean, shout out to everyone at Rocky for moving quick and getting in there. But
Yeah. No, I was surprised with because by the time I rolled over and got back up to my feet, there was already you know, 3 or 4 people coming from the chutes
yeah,
out to get that there was already ropes flying. But yeah, man, that was like I watched the video, a couple dozen times, wondering why that bull even fell. But I don't know, just the weight of me hitting him and that kid hanging off the other side, I just think it kind of toppled him over, really.
yeah, got him crossed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, so after that high school deal though, we went down to Maryland. It was the first time I ever worked for Ty. Ty's been at Rocky and seen me fight a little bit. I think I was still pretty new.
Yeah,
That my first year fighting, really. I only got hired there at Rocky, but he was looking for a fighter. I was like, I'm free, I'll do it. I went down there and I did I did pretty darn good down there. I was real pleased with and so was Ty. She ended up hiring me for 3 more shows at the end of August and September, early September. But yeah, there wasn't really nothing crazy that went on down there. Uh, but just some good bull work from me in Austin, rolling a few. But the one thing that happened down there was, I swear, all those riders wanted to get hooked. I have quite a few videos. I think there's 3 videos where, the one bull, there's a white banana horn looking thing, down horn,
yeah,
and but this guy gets thrown off. Austin gets in there. I come around the other side and I grab him, and then the bull switches back the other way, and this guy's just still he's on his back, scooching backwards. And from that whole time, it was only 2 seconds maybe, but 2 seconds is usually enough for a rider to get up and get the heck out of there. But
yeah,
he's still laying right there, well within the danger zone. And Austin picked him up again, and Austin got over to the fence with him. And that bull turned around. The rider just finally got up, and I had to shoot the gap one more time to freaking. I was like, geez.
yeah,
And then there was one heading out the out gate, and the rider fell right in front of him. Luckily, it wasn't a hot bull.
yeah,
It was just he just bucked and got out. But he was heading towards the rider, and the rider flopped right on his face. And if that bull was any mean, he would have freaking mauled him.
yeah.
But
Was it one of those deals where you ended up dislocating your finger? You had it on
no,
video with the Ray-Bans.
no, that was that bull school I went to down in uh down in Lexington, Virginia. DC Cattle had that, but that was a real fun experience too, because they had some Mexicans there, Mexican fighting bulls that I never, other than that real tiny one that's up at Rocky.
That fighting heifer.
Yeah, but other than that, I never really got to freestyle a bull,
Yeah,
and then we did a little bit of that, and it's a little. You gotta be in shape to be doing that, and I definitely was not, but uh, yeah, that was one thing I really liked about that school was I did have one. I don't think it was a Mexican. I just think it was a real hot younger bull that they didn't care if he played with, but they didn't send a rider out on him. But yeah, they sent him out, and he was real mean. But he kicked through the flank like pretty much every time he kicked. He was vertical, so he was real slow.
Yeah.
But I got to hook up with him, and I can't even remember. I'd have to go and count, but I got like 4 or 5 rounds, just like pretty much walking. It was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool feeling. But yeah, they showed us a lot down there. One of the teachers, Quinn Moran, he freestyles at the UBF
Yeah.
Ultimate Bullfighters. Made the world finals, but he's only 23, but he knows a lot. And yeah, he taught me a couple tricks to keep in the back pocket, just to in the freestyling aspect. But yeah, no, that was a lot. I think we bucked over 200 bulls in 3 days or something like that.
Dang.
I mean, obviously I didn't get to fight all of them, but uh, I still got to fight. I don't even know how many. But I took quite a few. Took quite a few beatings there. But it was funny down there. Like they're I don't know if it was if it was a joke or if they were being serious, because no one really did it. But first day they're like, if you jump up on that panel, it's 25 push-ups, and then you go back to them.
Dang.
So they were really pushing you to really better yourself down there, and that it was a major help in a lot of stuff I do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there was like 5 stock contractors that brought bulls there.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't bring their whole arsenal, but yeah, there was a lot of people there with bulls.
Gotcha. Did they double it as a bull school and like bullfighting, or were you paid to do cowboy protection and then there were some guys
No,
that coached you a little?
no, it was it was doubled. So they
Gotcha.
had it's a pretty cool bull school. Like I'd recommend it to anyone that's either starting to get into bull riding and bullfighting. But they got stock of all sizes, all calibers. Like if you're a new bullfighter, they're not going to throw you in front of some mean Mexican that's going to maul you. They'll give you
Yeah.
the little fighting effort. But anyways, so there was, I want to say it was 5 bull riding coaches. And it's all kind of like the local legends is what I'll say.
Yeah.
But like they've all rode in the PBR. I think 2 or 3 of them were like IPRA world champs, but I can't remember all their names. But so they had 5 coaches, and they're all 5 teams, like pretty
Gotcha.
much.
Yeah.
So it was like each coach had a group of kids, and they coached them for 2 days, and then it was a jackpot on Sunday,
That's pretty
and
cool.
the winning team won buckles.
That's sweet.
So that was pretty cool for the bull riders.
Yeah.
They handed out 2 buckles for the bullfighters. I didn't win any, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But no, the bullfighting side, it was Quinn Moran and Cleve Adams. He's retired now, but he's from Virginia. He was a hand, and then Chase Trivet. I don't know if he was like an actual coach or if he was just there to help, but he fights with Quinn a lot. But yeah, it was same thing for us. Like we went through, we did a lot of drills on Monday or Friday. We did a lot of drills on Friday, and then we got into some live stuff, and then Saturday it was like, we were there till I don't even know, like 9 o'clock bucking bulls, I want to say,
Yeah.
and we started at 9, 12 hours straight of just like freaking drills and bulls, and like that day I was dragging ass.
Yeah.
Whenever that sun started to set, like especially the first day, running drills and stuff. Like we did a little bit of like not really conditioning, but some stuff that wore you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Sunday we all full get out. Like we wore our jerseys, baggies, painted our faces and stuff like that, and then we just he just threw two of us in there for the whenever they're bucking bulls and uh, you know. But then at the end they did the whole buckle ceremony.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a real fun school. I definitely recommend it to anyone, especially like if you're new. That was a real good school for if you're new. Like they each coach only has they limit it just so you don't get 100 people there, and
Yeah.
that makes it hard to really get into the details with the. They limit it to it was 5 or 6 coaches. I can't remember, but each coach only had 5 or 6 kids, maybe
Yeah.
7 at max. I don't know, but if there was something you needed to work on, they were really able to
dig in
work.
with you versus just
Yeah,
say something quick and move to the next guy.
yeah, yeah. No, that was real cool. But yeah, there was some wrecks there. Some of the new guys, like this one guy, his name was Anthony. He's 45 years old and never fought bulls before. And he was saying he just went through like divorce or something. He's like, I'm just looking to live on the edge and stuff. And I was like, damn, this guy's about it, I guess. And I think it was his first bull out. The rider fell off, and I feel like he shot the gap on his first bull ever. It was like bad at like no hesitation or something.
Yeah.
But then I can't remember what happened and why he ended up at the back end. Like I feel like the rider didn't get up right away, and the bull didn't pick up fully and like kind of hooked up with the rider maybe. Like was about to plow the rider, but he ran up and looked like a little blue heeler going up to frickin' bite at the ankles of this bull. He ran up and he smacked this thing on the ass and it kicked him straight in the chest.
Oh.
Leveled him. Like double barreled him straight to the chest. It leveled him, and this guy, he jumped up and went straight back to that bull.
Damn.
Like, yeah, I can't say I would have done that, but this guy had the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. That happened twice. Watching people get kicked in the face. That's those cringe moments where you're like not sure if they're gonna get up.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the like scariest things that I can think of. And that like getting hooked is one thing especially if you can kind of, let them take you from a leg and just launch you or whatever. But catching a hoof full tilt to the face.
Oh yeah.
I just think about getting all your teeth knocked out, and I mean it could be worse than that, but that would suck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's definitely a life and death aspect to it.
Yeah.
That it's yeah, you can't really. You got to kind of put that in the back of your head if you truly want to excel in the sport. But there was I just watched a bad wreck on the PBR that it was a kid that from Maryland, but he got freaking stomped right in the jaw.
Mm.
It was like out cold, and I think it might have stomped it. I think it got him twice. Like whenever he bucked off, he got stomped, and then it happened again. That was like one of those moments. I only watched it on TV, but man, I felt every bit of it. Like I was, yeah, just one of those moments where it's like, what the heck?
Yeah. Do you see that video recently that was all over, like, I don't know, I saw it on Facebook like 3 different times, and it was like, there's 2 different angles of it, and I forget who it was, so people can roast me in the comments if they want, but the one bull rider dislocated his shoulder, and he just like kneels down and sets it back himself. I'm like, whew.
Yeah. you see it, you just watch it pop right back in.
Yeah. That's how you know that shoulders come out a lot before.
Oh yeah.
When you're just like, yeah, I know how to set it myself. And it just
So,
pops back in like that.
oh yeah, that reminded me about you said about my dislocated finger, but yeah, that was the second day of the bull school, and we're so they wouldn't open the out gate right away just because we're there for bull school too.
Yeah.
We're there to learn too, so they weren't like during the rodeo. Usually it's as soon as the rider's off, out gate comes open, and it's like get that bull out quick.
Yeah.
Like they're keeping it shut, making us go to them, work on head and tail, us trying to roll them,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. And uh, we fought this bull like 2 or 3 times. I knew he was hot, but a little bit. But my partner was like out in front of me, and I was like kind of behind him. I was just waiting for him to, hook up with him, start making his round. I was gonna cut in, head tailing, like pick him up. Well, the bull didn't fully commit to him. I looked like it was about to, so I didn't really do nothing. Well, then it saw me standing there, came straight at me, and I just kind of like stepped out of the way. And for whatever reason, I stuck my hand up to put it on his head, and his horn just caught the tip of my finger. And at first, it's happened before. Like I've done that before, where you just smack a finger off a horn, and it's like, ouch,
Yeah.
whatever. And I look down, and the whole tip of my fingers bent like 45 degrees up, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I tried, like as soon as I saw it, like I wasn't gonna watch myself do it, so I just kind of put my hands down and like closed my eyes and like tried to put it back in, and it didn't go, and it just made it hurt a little worse.
Mm.
So I like ran over. I was like, "Could someone put this back in, please?" And everyone looking at it like, I ain't. And I'm like, "Someone just freaking do it." And I finally got some lady there, and she's like, and it started to go numb.
Yeah.
Like I could feel it starting to go numb. I'm assuming from like a nerve pinched or something in my finger. I was like, just freaking pull it, please. Like anyone, just pull it, do something. And I just felt her pop it right back in, and my fingers swelled up pretty darn good. But that kind of ruined day two. Because anytime I'd go to put like smack a bull on the head or something, like it just shot pain through my whole hand, and I was
Yeah.
like, it just kind of ruined day two a little bit for me. But yeah, hopefully that's all that dislocates. If that's the only thing I dislocate, pretty good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. It could definitely be worse.
Yeah. Also, thankfully, knock on wood, I didn't really see that many injuries at the rodeos I was at. Like that one I did at Ty as a kid. He just kind of got sucked into the well and straight under the bull, and he got stepped on the chest and went by ambulance. But other than that, I don't think I really saw any, other than maybe like sprained wrists and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
just like the typical bull riding injuries and stuff. But yeah, I didn't see nothing that was like crazy, crazy bad.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's always good when you get through and no one's too banged up.
Yeah, there was one that I feel like it might have been your last rodeo that you were at, Rocky Ridge, that I got knocked down by Look Alive. I don't know if you know Look Alive.
Dude, I'm terrible at remembering the bulls.
It's just like a black bull with kind of flat horns. But
Yeah.
were you there whenever I got knocked down? You just kind of like, shoved me in the ass
Yeah, I think so.
into the
But I'm
dirt.
always down to. I was down at the
Yeah,
timed event end pretty much
yeah,
this whole last season running that side. So
yeah. No, I thought I really messed up my ankle there because I shot the gap. It was a pretty tight gap, and I don't know what happened, if I tripped myself up or if he
swiped your
if
foot.
swiped my foot or something, but it was close. But I went down, and he head butted me in the ass, and then his hoof like hit the side, like landed on the side of my ankle, and that freaking hurt. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was gonna happen when I stood up, but I mean, it just kind of like grazed me. I don't think he like actually put a whole lot of pressure on it, but yeah, I was able to finish the rodeo there.
Yeah. No, I definitely was there for that because I remember like after the rodeo was over, making sure you were good, and you were like, yeah,
Yeah,
and you just had like a pretty good scrape down your leg, I think.
yeah, he ripped my freaking sock.
Yeah. But if you want to take a break here, we're gonna time out in a couple minutes so I can send you a new invite.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
And we're back.
What were we talking about? Look alive. We
Yeah,
finished that up.
I think so. Just when you got kind of tripped up or whatever at Rocky Ridge,
Yeah,
the last deal I was at before I moved.
yeah. No, we can move on.
We wanted to talk about getting into some of the protection match stuff that you did.
Yeah. So this guy, so he's from Pennsylvania. I'll talk about him first. But he's from Pennsylvania because he's got a pretty cool story. But he moved out to Oklahoma. I'm not really sure why, but he's around my age. But he got into bullfighting out there, and he actually. Did you watch the NFR at all?
No,
No.
I don't have the Cowboy
Well,
Channel, unfortunately.
yeah, I can't afford it either.
I was gonna say
So
I'm
I,
too
just- I
broke to
just
pay for it.
I
So
just I just watched the highlights really.
yeah,
But yeah, he actually started like he went out there and he started bullfighting once he started living out there, and he actually got to bullfight with Austin Ashley a lot.
there you go.
He was one. It was his first year getting voted into the NF to fight the NFR. So like that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, he got into bullfighting out there, and out there, they got everything you want with rodeo. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to excel with rodeo, that's where you want to be. But yeah, so he moved back home here. He's about an hour north of where we're from, and he got this protection match thing going on where there's a winter bull riding series. So it's like a combo thing. Bull riders enter, and then you know he takes 6 bullfighters, and sometimes it's bring your own partner, and other times it's just 6 guys enter. You
yeah,
get there, you draw numbers out of a hat, and then that's one I went to. I went to a random draw, but so how it works is you got I think they take like 30 30 bull riders. They have the long round where everyone gets their bull, and then the short go, and they only take like 8 maybe, if that.
gotcha.
But every team gets a certain amount of bulls, and I think we had 8 or 9. We got to fight 8 or 9 bulls. And it's all luck of the draw with that too. Kind of like bull riding, is not every bull. So it scores. Your score is like teamwork, timing, aggressiveness. I think there's one other category for you, and then the difficulty of bull.
Yeah,
So a bull that just runs off is going to be a 0,
yeah,
but a bull that's going to freaking not let you stand in the same arena as him is a 5 or
yeah,
whatever. But so you can. It's kind of like a gamble there. Every bull you get isn't gonna. You can have timing, aggressiveness, all that, but if your bull's not hot, like
yeah.
it's just gonna. You're not gonna get a great score. But yeah, so that's pretty much how that goes. Uh, and you get scored each bull. And you're scored separately too. Like, but your you and your partner's score gets combined, and then that's your team score.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how that works.
Kind of similar to how our stuff is. I mean, we kind of have a choice in the herd work where you do pick your cattle, but you need something that's not too crazy. Your horse can stay with it, but something that's going to push on you hard enough to mark big.
Oh, so you guys aren't a draw either, or you guys don't draw, or like?
So it's random for the fence work. So they just kick one in, and that's what you got. And if it's a really bad cow, like if you stay in position and it's not letting you work it, they can blow you off and you can take a new cow. But
Mm-hmm.
in the herd work, like you ride into the herd and like you try to pick a good cow, but you don't really know 100% if it is going to be a good cow or not. But and you are kind of stuck with the one you pick though.
So yeah, we're all random. Like yeah, we drew numbers for our partner. Yeah, you wouldn't do that on the ones that you bring your own, but yeah, we drew numbers for order two. That now, whenever there's like, so they do novice up there at that where we do the protection matches too, and some of the novice bulls sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're not. Like sometimes they're just a steer
Yeah.
that's not like definitely not gonna hook up with you. So like sometimes they'll wave us off of that because like that's unfair completely.
Yeah.
Like knowing that thing's not gonna fight at all. But yeah, that's the only time we ever really get to catch a break. But man, whenever I went, that was a pretty cool experience too. Uh, we got I want to say probably like 4 or 5 like actually really hooked up pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, the first one out, like I really thought like the timing was perfect. Like I was pretty decent ride. I can't remember if he made 8 or not, but rider jumps off, like falls off right in front of me. It was like perfect in the gap. As soon as that bull came around, hands on head, but then he broke the other way and he wasn't even mean. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
He's like, I fought those bulls that they have at the protection match one time at a rodeo for red eye. It was kind of far out there, so they just hauled their arena, and then they had this guy Mason Van. It's his bulls that in his arena up at that protection match that they just called Mason Van and hired him to bring the pro bulls.
Yeah.
So like some of them I had an idea that I remembered, but a lot of them I didn't. Which honestly, I think that helps a little bit. Like I like fighting new places, and like whenever new calves are coming in, it's like you don't know what they do. It's just kind of like there's nothing holding you back from getting in there and getting all up in their face and stuff like that. But yeah, no, the new stuff. Yeah, you just kind of go in there with nothing in your mind, just getting after it. Like I know there's some bulls that Red Eye has, or there's only one bull. There's only one bull that like actually like really psychs me out. Sometimes it's the bull they use for bull hockey. 'Cause he's they use him for bull hockey for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
and he's not that great of a bucker. Like he'll spin a hole in the dirt, but he's very flat.
Yeah.
But that's why he's spinning a hole in the dirt and flat is he's just coming around
Yeah.
waiting for that rider to jump off, and he's
Yeah.
gonna frickin' smoke him or smoke you as soon as you get in there. And
Yeah. He's just waiting for his chance to hook somebody.
yeah, yeah, no. So fighting the new stuff, I enjoy that a lot, and any chance I get, I definitely go do it.
Yeah, I'm sure it forces you to be more like true about everything because you're not going to cheat it because you kind of know what that bull's going to want to do. You just have to react to it.
There's also that like there's also some bulls that I know like as soon as that rider comes off, I know what they're gonna do. But a lot of them, but I feel like sometimes it's kind of like the same thing with the bulls that with the riders. Like some riders will try to cheat a bull and the bull picks up on it and just nope.
Yeah. But to bring it back around to the protection match stuff, was that the only one you did, or and how did everything go? And
so I did that one. I plan on getting back into it. There was supposed to be one tonight. I didn't get into it, so it didn't really matter anyways. I missed entries or filled up too quick or something. I can't remember, but we're getting all that snow tonight, so
yeah,
they canceled that one. But yeah, I plan on getting back into it here. I think February 8th is the next one. I'm waiting for that post to come up on Facebook to enter in that. I'd like to get back to it, but and then the last one they had, I think, was the day we were leaving for Arkansas. So couldn't do that really either.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I plan on. So it's a buckle series. Yeah, they're gonna award a buckle to and it goes by points too. Like most of the bull riding around here, like the associations, it goes by money won is like your points.
Yeah.
Like that protection match, it's 150 per person to enter, and but winner takes all with only 3 teams. But it's like first place gets 100 points. Both the teammates,
Yeah.
both bullfighters get 100. The next one's like 75. Second place is 75, and then like third place is 50. So you're winning points every time you go to a bullfight too.
Yeah. So that's kind of
Yeah.
different. So instead of just getting paid to do cowboy protection, you're entering up more so like a contestant would.
Oh yeah. No, if you don't do good, you don't get paid there.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a. It's not a hired deal.
Gotcha.
But that's why it's fun to do because you win that, like you're making more money than usually what you get paid to just do the cowboy protection.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a cool idea.
Yeah. I mean, I wish more people would do it. Like, I know there's no really freestyles anywhere near here, but like bullfighting. I mean, I don't know if it's just because like I'm starting to get more into it, like get a little bigger, get hired for more stuff, and I'm like finding more stuff, like more deals and stuff like that. But I think it was just last year or 2 years ago, maybe, that they started doing freestyles out in Ohio. And that's like the closest one that they have, like pretty consistent. I think it's like once a month.
Yeah.
But that's also like it's not a protection match. Like they have their bull riding, and they hire their bullfighters, but then they have Mexicans there that bullfighters can enter up
Yeah.
and compete, and that pays pretty well. I can't remember what's added, but it's usually, I just remember that was a good bit more than what my check is at the end of a bull riding.
Yeah.
But like I said, them Mexicans, they're freaking.
Yeah.
They're smart, and usually they don't give up on you.
Yeah. You also have the downside though of, at least with just the regular cowboy protection, when you're done for the day, you get a check.
Yeah.
Versus
that's
paying for a chance at a check.
Yeah. I am starting to make a little more, getting some years into it.
Yeah.
Plus, I got hired for a couple jobs, like couple radios that were like, I think I had one that was 3.5 hours out on a weeknight, and I was like, it's like I'm gonna need a little more money for this one. And they're like, all right,
Yeah.
but so I can kind of control my pay now. I mean, maybe I always could have, but this, especially when I was first getting into it, I didn't want to lose a deal at all. So it was just kind of, hey, we need a bullfighter here. I just shake my head. I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd pretty much go for free for the experience, but if they paid you, that made it better.
Essentially. There was one that I got on call. Yeah, I caught on call bullfighter. But it was the day of. It was Halloween night. I had like a Halloween party. That kind of created a scuffle in the household. I was supposed to be going to a Halloween party, and I got a phone call. I was like, nope, going to a bull riding.
Yeah.
But no, that one was pretty cool because they fed you afterwards, and It was like good. It wasn't just like the leftover burgers that they were selling. It was like, brisket and pulled pork and homemade mac and cheese. It was like
Yeah.
that one I could have gotten. I could have been content with, you know, not making nearly as much.
Yeah. But does that kind of bring us up to speed on the bullfighting stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's pretty much all I've been up to. Is I got a lot more deals. Nothing. I mean, I've got bumped around. No, thank God, no injuries this past year that put me out for more than like a day.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that, I've missed a. Usually, I try to fight as much as I can, just because it's kind of a thing that if you take a week off, like you can lose. Like unless you're on top of your stuff, like you can kind of lose some skill pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing crazy other than you getting hooked up a couple times. I did get launched. Last week, 2 weeks ago. It was the same bull, and he got me. That bull got me. It's the same. He does the same thing. Like as soon as the rider hits the ground, he's not mean.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna hunt you down across the arena or nothing. But like whenever the rider comes off, like he's just mad that someone was on his back, and he's gonna make someone pay for it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so the first time he got me, yeah, he dumped the rider. I shot in, and he just kind of like bumped me out of the way, and then he went off out through the arena. And then this, 2 weeks ago or whatever, it like I had like the flashbacks, like not flashbacks, but it was like the same situation. Rider dumped, and he came spinning around. I was perfect in there, hand on his head, and he kind of shoved me in the hip and like kind of picked me up. As soon as my feet landed, I was already knocked off balance. He just freaking plowed me again, and I went rolling across the arena.
Yeah.
And then usually down there at practice, they usually buck each bull 2 times a night. Well, he came back around, and I already knew. It's like this guy's already pissed off. Like, and so the rider came off like real weird, like kind of came off like he was in a hang up. But then his feet went up, like he did like a front flip on the bull, landed on the head, and then got launched out in front of him. And I was rushing to get there. And the bull got to the rider before I did. And he hit the rider. But as soon as I got there, he turned his head, and I was already right there. He scooped me up, freaking sent me like 6 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even realize it happened until I was already like above the bull looking down at him. I was like, oh, and thank God I kind of like landed on him whenever I was coming back down. It kind of like rolled me over to where I landed on my side. But if he didn't do that, like I was lining up to land straight on my neck, and that's never good.
Yeah. That's my specialty on bucking horses. Land right on my head.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a fun night.
Yeah. I enjoyed the videos. We just got back from Arkansas and get videos sent by Joe, and it's just him getting launched through the air.
Yeah. No, but like the launch, and other than, kind of just felt like a Friday night after football.
Yeah.
The next morning. Yeah, it wasn't like too bad, but like the hooking itself, getting launched didn't hurt because he just kind of got me right up underneath the leg, all in the meat.
Just picked you up and threw you.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss those days waking up Saturday morning, freaking beat up from a Friday night football game, and we're walking out through the river somewhere trying to kill some ducks.
Yeah, it's I remember every bit of it too. I remember the one time I took hell of a Charlie horse or something in the leg. I remember walking up the slippery ass rocks up the creek.
Yeah.
Legs hurting. Big bag of decoys on the back.
Yeah. Back before he really knew how to kill anything too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, looking back, we did some questionable things duck hunting. I mean,
We
I
just
wouldn't say
wasted a
like
lot of time
I wouldn't say that it wouldn't work somewhere
where there's more
else.
ducks.
Yeah, but like, there's no reason for us to throw 40 decoys in Sherman's Creek.
Yeah. The only thing around's wood ducks, and we got 40 mallards out in front of us. Oh, man.
I do recall decoying one real nice Drake wood duck when me and Isaac are sitting there. It was back whenever, I feel like I had it on video too, back when I was Sherman's Creek outdoors real good.
Yeah.
Going pretty hard at it. And we were screwing off lands right just outside the decoys. You could say maybe a shortstop. But I say to Isaac, I'm like, A shoots, gone, flies off. Do you remember that at all?
No. I try to forget about those ones.
Maybe I can dig back into the archives and send it to you someday.
Yeah. I'd say the more questionable thing is like jump shooting, and we'd be like 70 yards and just like waylay into a flock for like no reason. But we didn't know any better. Still killed a decent amount doing that somehow, but
Yeah.
that's how my first one was. You're like, go ahead, shoot. I'm like, they seem far. Like, you couldn't even pick a duck.
I don't know, man. I was pretty shocked. I was just as shocked as you to see ducks on the creek, to be honest.
Yeah.
There usually isn't much out there.
Yeah. We killed a lot of ducks on that creek, really, but
But we always had that. I feel like we talked about it on the last podcast too. The one short of a 2-man.
yeah, the curse.
Yeah.
Killed 5. But
I don't think we ever broke that, but
yeah. We can use that as our transition if we want to get into a little bit about this trip we just went on.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna say unsatisfied about that trip, but the end of the week like definitely heated up.
Yeah.
Like that first day, I was like, man, this kind of like I should have listened to Jagger. This place kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
I mean, we still saw countless amounts of birds.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you talk to someone that's been out there or lives out there, like, dude, there isn't anything. And then you come
We
from
get
back
out there
home and
and
you're
it's
like, dude, there's thousands of ducks.
Yeah,
Not many of them wanted to play, but there's a lot of ducks
yeah.
compared to what we're used to.
There's definitely a lot of stale birds out there
Yeah.
that didn't really care to do a whole lot for us, but yeah, it's a fun experience out there though, and I'm really glad you guys came down this year.
Yeah. I wish I would have gone last year.
Oh yeah,
Y'all beat them up pretty good.
yeah. No, I wish we could have done at least one flooded timber hunt.
Yeah.
Well, we tried it, but
Got beat to the spot.
yeah, that's the last time that'll ever happen to me. I think it happened like one other time in my life, and it's pretty bad feeling whenever you show up and there's already someone there.
Yeah. We could have been like those kids, though, and just be like, well, we're just going to set up over here then.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, dude. I slept in that field, and them kids showed up and hunted the other end of it.
Yeah, that's
Even though we invited them to hunt with us. Like, I tried to be nice. But I don't think that would fly in Arkansas. They fight out there.
yeah. No, I mean you can try it. I feel like part of the fighting stuff out, like you hear a lot of stuff out there about, fights and this and that, and people, wrecking their boats into each other and all that stuff. But I feel like it's just part of that. People want to be assholes out there. Like we didn't run into that. Like, I mean, we, that timber spot. Yeah, me and Zach walked back there, and I was like, yeah, maybe he won't let us, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
And, if we did do what, most people would do, it'd be like, all right, well, we'll go set up over here. Like, that's what kind of triggers the problems, I feel like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that'll do that down there from what I've seen. Have you seen it? First day we were down there, 3 other groups didn't give a shit that we were hunting in that field. They set up, one guy set up straight across from us.
Yeah, we were the first ones there.
Yeah.
There ended up being 3 other groups hunting the same little spot pretty much.
Mm-hmm. With those, I'm almost certain there was that kid on that side by side that was just buzzing around. Those back there just pop shotting anytime ducks would come around.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, it wasn't as bad from the stories I heard, especially us being out of state, which, I mean, unless they talk to us, they probably don't know or assume that that's our rig parked out back. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Everyone was pretty cool.
Yeah. But that was always my experience down there. Last year I did, I was running around with Arkansas native Jagger Birchfield. But I did get in on that hunt with that duck club or whatever. We hunted with them on like Thursday maybe. I think it was like Thursday when I was down there last year, and those Tennessee boys pulled up and they kind of ran them out.
Yeah.
Ran them out of that hole. But out there at the refuge, yeah, it's big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of wasn't this year just because of the there wasn't that much water out there. But like my experience is everyone just kind of spreads out. There's also a lull that out there on the refuge. I'm not sure about the WMAs, but on that refuge they have to be at like whoever's first to the spot, no one can set up within 100 yards of them.
Yeah.
Which that's nice. I wish we had that around here.
Yeah.
I wish that was just like in general across the United States hunting law, really.
I feel like it should be, even just from a safety standpoint. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I did just listen to a thing with Bo Brooks, and he was talking about, he has a video out, and it's like the Arkansas opener, and he recorded it, and all he said was they were on public land in Arkansas, and he was talking about like getting straight up death threats because people were saying that he was spot burning, and they were like, you were at this boat launch on this piece of public, and he's like, unless you were there, you have no idea where I was. And if you watch the video, yeah. I mean, unless you're a local, you're not gonna have a clue.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, maybe a few more people are gonna go to Arkansas, but everyone knows that it's like the Mecca. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, well...
So I'm like, that was wild, that he was getting death threats because he went down there and took a video of them killing ducks.
Yeah, well... Also, they kind of do it to themselves, to be honest. Because I'm on this Arkansas Public Land Hunter page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And those guys do nothing but name drop spots. And I'm like, now if I was a guy that never hunted Arkansas and wanted to go to Arkansas Public Land, like, I mean, if they're name dropping it, it probably ain't that good, but
yeah,
it's a start.
Yeah.
It could get me down there to where I could maybe go down there and shoot some ducks and then that afternoon go find a new spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to me that you hear all that bitching and moaning from Arkansas guys, but they just kind of do it to themselves.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that we would have time when we were there. I brought all the podcast stuff because Zach was there, who's been on the podcast, and then we had Todd.
Yeah,
but Todd. Good old Todd. But I don't know, dude. I feel like we were just run ragged. 3 a.m. wake ups every night or every morning, and I don't know. We were always running around for the most part, and just didn't have time to do it. But
yeah, I was kind of worried whenever we went down there because, I mean, you didn't really ask about it, but like Zach and Todd were like asking, like, what do you do? I was like, I don't know, dude. You can only hunt till 12. It's like, and most of those places you can't go back until, like, they kind of want to keep the pressure off the ducks down there, so you can't even, like the refuge, you can't go back in there after 1.
Yeah, you can't be out walking around trying to see exactly where they're at.
Yeah, so it's not like you can like actually scout. Like you can drive by places and sit and watch, see where you see ducks flying around. But yeah, we kept ourselves pretty busy for the most part. One thing that was funny on the way down there, so Zach and Todd, they both have kids, and Zach and Zach's wife and his daughter were with him whenever they dropped him off, and yeah, we get going down the road, and they're talking about how, first time away from the kids and this and that. I was like, yeah, if I had my dog in the truck, I'd never come back.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was talking with my parents a little bit. They were asking about the trip and stuff, and I'm like, really? I'm surprised Joe hasn't just, like, took a guiding job or moved out there.
I'd love to. Especially, well, this trip, it's been hard to get back into the flow after this past trip.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I've been dragging ass at work. Like, I there's just nothing I can think of but going and shooting birds right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've been the same way. Like, I've hunted one day this entire year, and it was when I was home for Thanksgiving, went out for deer season, which, I mean, I love deer hunting. I'll never not deer hunt, but it's not waterfowl hunting. And I had a really good day. I mean, I filled all my PA tags, but I don't know. I hadn't really thought about hunting that much and wasn't, like, really missing it. And then we went on that trip, and now it's like, can't get it out of my head, dude. I'm like, I gotta hunt next year. Like, I gotta find some spots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like, even though I had like a freaking, I had 2 shootout days down there. Even when I got back, like, you'd think I'd just, top off your season, but I just think it drives you more. You're striving for that high.
Yeah.
Really. Like, I've been trying to find something to recreate those experiences in Arkansas.
Yeah. And we didn't even beat them up that bad. I mean, there was one day that really kind of sucked, but we still killed a duck.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we could have done better that day.
Oh, we should have.
If we would have called better shot. Like, there was, like, thinking, I've thought about it a lot, because there's 2 widgeon that should be dead on that day.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't your perfect backpedaling in the decoys, but they locked up. And then they kind of picked up, but they're still at, like, 30 yards, where that still should be nothing to drop a duck, really.
Yeah.
There was some question. Like, we probably couldn't have made it our best day, but we definitely could have walked out of there with, a single man limit.
Yeah.
I think. Or maybe some snow geese.
Yeah, dude.
If we just had a little better shots, or, tighter chokes.
Yeah.
I was so upset for you guys. Like, I left my gun out there, but yeah, them snow geese, they came in. They were coming in pretty low. But I was just sitting there praying. Zach was standing beside me. I was like, "Get ready." I was just sitting there praying that at least one was gonna drop.
Yeah.
And every shot all I could hear was the BBs smacking off their feathers. I was like, "Gosh, dang it!"
Yeah. That was one of those where you wish you had some tungsten.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If we did, dude, it probably would have been a bit of a rain out, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, them things. If you would have had like a passing choke or something,
Yeah.
something that was made for like passing birds and stuff, and then some tungsten, you could have probably dropped. Probably could have had 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Lying there.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. I was hoping to add some new species to the list, but that didn't work out. But added a band to the lanyard, and I don't know,
Yeah.
we all shot good. And really, based off just what we heard shot-wise, I don't know that anyone shot them better than we did, so must be doing something halfway right.
Our last day there, I was kind of scared for a second. Usually it was like right at sunrise and stuff that that was most of our action, but all the boys behind us were getting into them.
Yeah.
I think that was the most shooting we heard all week. Really.
Yeah. I think it definitely was.
But then, yeah, we stuck it out till 12 just because of our last day, and I think that was the most birds we killed in a day. Was
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
Yeah, and I mean, really, it's the best we had the birds do it.
Oh yeah.
We had them do it pretty good most of the week, but I mean, we had birds landing in the kill hole the last day.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what it was?
There's some freaking mini mallards you
Mini
got, dude.
mallards, dude.
For context, Joe bought like a filler pack of decoys, and they're literally the size of teal decoys, but they're painted like a mallard. And I gave him crap for it, and we really didn't run them. And then the last day, we put some of them out
Behind us.
behind us. That worked good though. I mean, in
And
that,
we had ducks feet down in the mini mallards.
yeah. Dude, sometimes I wonder if we should have just flipped it and tried to run the whole spread on that side.
I
Cause
know. I've been like, that's been a thought that's been beating me up for the past 2 weeks.
the issue was there's like barely any water there, but that one day earlier in the week, that's like birds would circle us, but they'd stay like they wanted in that field instead of coming in.
Yeah. No, that's what I
And
was thinking. I was like, they probably get picked off by hawks and jump shooters and all that stuff whenever they land out in the open water.
yeah,
It's like they probably have a sense of safety being there where there's like no water and stuff.
yeah. I'd say it's probably harder to break ducks that are flying higher because they probably struggle to see them sitting in there.
Yeah.
But we could have ran some in that open water and then more of the spread there. And I don't know.
Definitely.
When we did run some back there, they seemed to want to finish there. So
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Also think it helped with running the spinners back there.
yeah,
It's like it was more of a it wasn't like just open water spinning where they could spin in wings where they could keep their eyes on it the whole time. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I think it was, well, even the day Jagger was able to hunt with us, and he's like, put those spinners like up in that, like that taller stuff.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot because, I mean, those birds have definitely seen a spinner. I'd argue that they know what a spinner
Yeah.
is. But if you can kind of hide them away, you still get that flash to help break them and bring them in, but they're not just like, oh, that's a spinner once they get closer, and they still finish better.
Yeah. But I feel like that's what I was also talking to you boys about is like those guys down there, they'll go crazy about a spinner. They'll run them every time they hunt, all day, all that stuff. Like here, I really don't care to throw a spinner out there.
Yeah, I don't know that I've hunted
Like,
over a spinner more than like twice until we went out there.
like honestly, here I feel like I don't know, but it's also got me thinking like maybe I'm missing out on ducks because I'm not throwing one out. But
Yeah, I was just
I don't
listening
know.
to something the other day that was like, it makes me think about running them more, but making sure we got all of them on a remote and just use it to like hit
What?
birds when they're out there or on a corner.
Yeah,
I mean, basically their thing was, the one guy was completely anti-spinner, and he's like, if you have them, like, yeah, you might break more ducks that like come and check you out, but they're gonna flare at like 80 yards because they know what a spinner is.
yeah,
But you're catching their eye from farther out. And he's like, it's the same thing if you have someone go walk around in the decoys. Like, yeah, all of a sudden there's ducks coming, and it's like they see there's extra motion out there. It's something to catch their eye, and they at least fly
Yeah.
close enough to get a look, and then they're like, no, there's a dude in the decoys. Or in this case, they're like, oh, there's a spinner there. Like, we ain't doing that.
That duck's been floating in the same spot for.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wonder if we should run them more back home, just because I don't know if they are seeing them as much, but
Yeah. Well, also part of the thing, like down there, they're all mud. You can stick a spinner in anywhere.
yeah.
Here, like, you know,
We should almost get
Not,
one of the floating ones.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Unless you have a floater, you can't put it exactly where you want it, really.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a pond or a creek. Creek that's got clay in the bottom of it or something like that.
Yeah. I think part of the issue too is we always, well, unless Goose isn't in, I feel like we got a decent or better chance of killing geese, and geese don't like them. So
Yeah, that's one thing I'm excited about for this snowstorm coming.
yeah,
I went driving around scouting today, and there is birds. I'm kind of ticked off that there's a lot of ducks out there. Like I saw a flock of like 40 gadwall today. You never see that here.
yeah,
Like they know the weather's coming too. They're getting ready for it.
yeah. I'm curious and kind of jealous. I feel like this year y'all shot more variety of stuff back home than I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's mainly Zach up there on, wherever you get, he hunts the lake up there a lot. Wherever you got that deep water that the divers like, and the coves that the puddlers like, you're gonna get that.
Yeah. But even you guys, I mean, you're shooting widgeon and gadwall and stuff, and
Yeah.
I feel like normally we got wood ducks early, and then you're hoping to get a push of black ducks and the random trickle of mallards that we get.
Yeah. Yeah. That day that I should have limited out. I should have been done 3 hours before I was, and I still didn't kill a limit. But I went out. It was just my place I work gives me a lot of time off around the holidays and stuff, like scheduled days off, and the odd chance that Todd has off. It's Todd, he's got off like seems like at least twice a week,
Yeah.
and he's hunting without me. But I went down there, and dude, I was just smothered in birds. Like from the time I got there, and I could just hear all of them around me. And once it started actually picking up light, like I could see it was widgeon. I could see them flying around with some mallards. And I was like, those are small ducks. It's like, those aren't mallards. I'm sitting there just trying to figure out what they were, but it was still too dark yet. And then the one pass they gave me, I just heard, whoo, 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 And I was like, widgeon. Unfortunately, I only killed 2 hens, but.
Yeah. Made up for it with a couple studs we killed in Arkansas.
No, I still gotta get my widgeon down to the taxidermist, but Todd, he already got his down there, and then he killed a gadwall. Yeah, he sent us a picture of that gadwall that he shot
That
on
thing was
solo.
a freaking stud.
Oh yeah, yeah. He took that down to get mounted too.
Not me, dude. It's too expensive.
Yeah, I mean honestly, it is.
I like eating them.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I'd like to have a whole bird display, but man, $400 to have a freaking little bird mounted on my wall.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably have a pretty sweet dead mount done at some point, but that's probably all I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you got the best of it winning that band draw though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe if we go back to Arkansas, the next coming years we'll get a few more, but I'd say for a while you're gonna be the only one with an Arkansas band on your lanyard though.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to think we should just keep going to new places, because I don't know if it was the first time I went down to Maryland or not, but I mean, it was that first year. I might have only gone down for 1 year, but I went a couple times. But that's when we killed that banded widgeon, which I know I didn't shoot that one, and I didn't even try to get it. But
Yeah,
I feel like we should just keep going to new places. They come to me, dude.
that's. I was gonna start looking up. I was gonna start looking up. Like, I'd like to travel north. People are freaking going crazy about the heated corn ponds and
Yeah.
I'm sure he's seen all that stuff.
Yep.
And they're really fighting it now. Like they're really starting to get mad. But really, I just think it's the weather.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to go up to like Missouri or even I don't know what's above Missouri. Do you know?
Man, now I'm gonna look like an idiot because I don't. It's been a while since I had geography
I
class.
know. Yeah, I know. Like I know Iowa's up there somewhere.
I do
You
know
don't really.
people in Missouri. We could probably go hunt with. They waterfowl hunt a good bit.
Yeah. Anyways, it'd be nice to go up there to experience what Arkansas was like back whenever it did get cold enough.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all you hear whenever you go down there to Arkansas now. It's people are like, "Oh, 5 years ago."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, come to Pennsylvania once. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Iowa would be north of Missouri. I don't know.
Well,
Timmy's been deer hunting in Illinois. He says he always sees a bunch of birds when he's out there.
that's what I think. I said that when we were down there. I said I think that's a sleeper state.
Yeah.
I think you can do good on waterfowl if you find, you know, like every once in a while I hear people banging them up in Illinois, but no one really. There's no influencers in Illinois. I think
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say. Really, like no one's blowing it up, so I don't think there's the buzz around it. Like Arkansas is the duck capital of the world.
Yeah.
So everyone just thinks, oh, Arkansas ducks. But
Well, that's even if you see the guys killing them in like the skinny water stuff in like out west, like Montana and Wyoming and stuff. Like everyone out there just wants to chase big game, but it'd be sweet to go out there and smash them. But I don't know how hard it is. I'm sure you got to scout pretty hard to find what areas they're hitting. But if you do find it, it looks like you can mash them.
oh yeah, them hot springs that stay open whenever it's way below
Negative.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that'd be pretty cool. It'd kind of remind me of like not that we did it a whole lot, but like the little creeks that run through the pastures around here that we've shot a couple ducks on.
Yeah.
Like it'd be crazy just to go to something like that out west, and it'd just be
Thousands of ducks.
a thousand ducks using it.
Yeah. Yeah. Versus we're fired up. We find 100 ducks using something.
Oh man,
That's on the extreme end. If there's 10 ducks, we're like, oh, we got them.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, man, there could be 30, and we're freaking,
shaking in our boots.
Yeah. It's definitely a way different game out west.
Yeah. But this trip's got the bug back going in me.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
It's gonna take a while to shake it.
Yep.
At work this week, all I could think about, I didn't get to go. So today was our veterans hunt. And we got all this weather coming. I'm like, there's gonna be birds moving, I know it. And then I ended up not being able to go on the veterans hunt, take people. Even though I wasn't shooting, like I still just love being out there watching it all.
Yeah.
Like, but that didn't happen. So I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah. At least you still got late honkers to look forward to.
Yeah, that's what I'm about ready to freaking tear someone's head off thinking about it.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all get another shoot like we had the last day of season last year.
That's what I was gonna say also, was I think that kind of scratched the itch from Arkansas.
That was disgusting.
I was not expecting that shoot to go that way at all, and then we just absolutely mashed birds.
Yeah.
Especially, I think we waited. I mean, it was probably shorter than an hour, but we waited a good bit after daylight for the first goose to fly, and then it was just on like Donkey Kong after that.
Yeah. Dude, we should have been looking for bands, but we didn't know it was going to be that good.
Yeah, we didn't. we didn't have a single bird like flare that
No,
day.
they
It
were
was just in
feet
the
down,
face. Yeah,
and we shot. Freaking, we were on. All of
lights
us
out.
were
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we're dropping 6, 7 birds per volley. You
Yeah.
can't ask for nothing better than that, really.
Yep. Unfortunately, I think I'm done hunting for this season, but
Have you looked it up? Is Tennessee out, or what? When do they go out, or
I'm thinking it's still probably in, but
yeah,
I just don't have the time right now to.
yeah. That's it. I figured you didn't, but
But next year, if I'll have some time to try to figure out some spots, and I don't know, dude. Most of my decoys either you have or Zach has, so I either need to buy some new decoys or make a trip back home or something and get some of my stuff out here. But
yeah,
I think next year I'm gonna try to get after them somewhat.
yeah. Well, you're down. You're down close to where it really starts getting good.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can find some pretty good spots all within an hour.
yeah. I did talk to a guy, a local guy that waterfowl or used to waterfowl hunt a fair bit, and he's like, "Yeah, you can scratch them around here, but if you really want to get into them, you gotta travel 4 or 5 hours." But
Oh,
I mean, still, I'm not against doing that, really.
yeah. Well, what? You're only. What would you drive 5 hours from where we were?
Uh, yeah, 5.5, 6, something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you can hunt Sundays down there, so you get off early on a Friday. Head down
Yeah,
there to them rice fields.
except I really only get 1 day a week off, if that.
Yeah.
So makes it a little tougher, but
Yeah.
get off work, haul out there, hunt a day. There's worse things.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else.
No, I think that's just about everything I had going on this rodeo season, and uh, yeah, the trip was good.
Yeah,
I really, I was really excited that you guys actually were able to make it out.
yeah. Yeah, it's
I was
always
kind
more
of,
fun if you can hunt with a good group of guys.
yeah,
I think that's what makes waterfowl like special to me versus other hunting. Like I love all of it, but
yeah,
there's really nothing else where you can sit there and just cut up the whole time and then
yeah. Don't get me wrong, deer hunting. Whenever that a nice buck steps out, I'm freaking shaking out my boots. But there's nothing like hanging out with your buddies in a blind and then working some ducks.
yeah. But I guess a wrap up question. Got any big goals for next season with bullfighting stuff, and or you got any big goals for hunting and stuff like that?
Hunting, not really. I mean, maybe I'll try to make it out to somewhere like kind of out of state that's close. Like I'd like to make it back down to Maryland. Zach said about New Jersey. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. But I'd say this year, I think from that bull school and stuff like that, like yeah, that bull school also helped me. Like I've had a couple new stock contractors hit me up, and I think if I go with the right people and put in the work, like one of my goals would probably be finals of Zebra finals at least.
yeah,
You know, that'd be maybe a goal, and
get to where you make enough money doing that you can quit your job and go guide in the fall.
yeah. Well, that's one thing. Also, is I mean, depending on how many people text me, maybe I could try it. Like do a little run of full time bullfighting this summer. If I could, get my weekends filled, and then 3 times throughout the week.
Just got to start worrying about insurance stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. But honestly, if I'm gonna do it, you just gotta do it. It's my thinking.
Yeah.
Everyone I talk to just says screw it.
Yeah.
I did talk to. I did talk. Whenever I was talking to Quinn Moran, he's like, if you wanna start doing freestyle, just go straight to the UBF,
Yeah.
and then hit the smaller deals. Don't go straight to the freaking. You know, I mean, I don't follow them a whole lot. So I don't know like what a big deal is really, but I know they have like the smaller ones where it's only like 10 contestants. They'll have like the younger bulls that are dumb that you can really fake out, and you could make some money doing that.
Yeah.
He said if you want to go full time and start freestyling stuff like that, go straight to the UBF and do the smaller deals and pick up what you can really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the goals I got is finals, and I work for some new stock contractors. Really,
Yeah.
that's what I'm really looking forward to see who I can pick up this year. Because once you get in, if you get in and do a good job, you make a name for yourself. It kind of you're not gonna take place over the guys that they've had been doing it for 5 years, but
Yeah.
you get pretty high up on the call list if one of those guys goes down or double booked or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Maybe make enough money you can buy a snow goose rig and we can extend the season a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I have a second bank account that I didn't spend any of my bullfighting money. I left it in the bank account just in case I need it. But
Yeah. But all right, dude. Sounds good. Appreciate you coming back on.
yeah, thanks for having me. I've been excited to do this for a while. I had a real good summer. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up everything I've been up to for the past couple months.
Yeah. With that, we'll catch everybody on the next one.